Well, the hype was building fast for a PS5 DualSense demo as part of the Summer Games Fest from Jeff Keighley, who's the producer-creator of the Game Awards, Gamescom Opening Night Live, curator of Summer Games Fest, and lots of other things. Who is he? Lots of other things with game in the title, it appears. But yesterday he posted on Twitter, tomorrow I'm going to share my impressions from going hands-on with the PlayStation 5 DualSense wireless controller. I'll be interviewing Eric Lempel, PlayStation's head of worldwide marketing. I'll be streaming at that time. Well, the time's gone past now, but in the UK it was 5 p.m. and I was looking forward to it. Even set the reminder to come up. And so we got Jeff playing Astrobot, just showing him walking around in what he confirmed was a demo and not a full game. You know, Summer Games Fest sort of it gives an idea that there's a fest of loads and loads of games. Yeah. I mean, it was clearly not. It was clearly pre-recorded and edited together because, as you see from here, he smacks someone and then instantly he just goes to the next scene. So then goes through a sandstorm, and a bit later there's an ice storm. Rather, it's more like going through a fridge, but sort of ice chips all around. But as he shows, he heard it coming out of the controller. We already had that with other games on the PS4. In fact, when I played The Last of Us on both PS3 and PS4, and you had to shake the controller to charge up your torch, the sound of the rattling came out of the controller. In The Last of Us Part 2, they removed this feature for no apparent reason. I thought it was quite a cool feature. But then I remember also in The Last of Us, the original game, there was a time where I listened to someone's digital recorder after they'd just spoken into it, or a long time after they'd spoken into it, because by that time when we found them, they were a corpse. And the voice only came out of the controller. Now, if you're watching the gameplay video, you can't hear the voice. Although I did have the subtitles on, so you will at least be able to hear, read what they were saying. And just very briefly, there's the ice fridge thing that he says you can hear coming out. I assume because of what I'm about to talk in a minute, he could have that blowing out at him as well. But maybe that would be a bit of a step too far. Because what came next was Jeff blowing into the controller in order to blow a whirligig in the game and make it go round. And he also revealed that everyone will get this game on the PS5 because it shows off the DualSense controller and a lot of things that it can do. Maybe it can. I like the idea if it can make you win a PS3. I wonder if that means that the PS5 will actually have PS3 backwards compatibility. That's what we're all waiting to hear. Did we get any confirmation on that today? No, we did not. And then we got an interview with this Eric Lempel. They all seem to be enjoying themselves. But they told us that PS5 pre-orders are not happening yet. This is the rumour that started on the internet, but it was a false one. The time will come, but they'll announce it in advance of being able to place that pre-order. So it's not as if you have to, as I said, they're not just going to sort of sit there and press a button, if you can press a button on a pre-recorded interview, and then have everyone rushing down to the shops. Well, you don't rush down to the shops anymore, do you? You just rush to Amazon and probably break the site as everyone tries to order it at once. But yeah, they will let us know in advance when pre-orders begin, but it's not today. One question I'd like to have had answered is, will all these sort of features be used for more games? Because it was expected that the touchpad on the PS4 controller would be used for loads of things, but it wasn't really. You might press the touchpad on occasion to get into an extra map or something, but beyond that, it was barely used. Now, are we going to get any other colours for the controller? After all, I'd want a black one, not a white one, but no answer was forthcoming at that time. And yeah, if they do release any more colours, which obviously they will do, I can guarantee that, even though they don't say anything, I can guarantee those won't come until after Christmas, because they'll release a console at Christmas, get everyone to buy one, and then they'll release new controllers in early 2021. Make everyone buy one thing first and then double dip afterwards. So as I say, this is just a pre-recorded interview with the PlayStation head of marketing, rather than what feels like a proper hands-on event. Yeah, and for that we'd have to have a ton of games and demos, and that's what we were led to believe. A fest is a lot of things. A festival. You don't go to Glastonbury. I don't know anyway. You don't go to Glastonbury, and they only have one band on. They've got loads of things on. And then to add insult to injury, when the interview just ended, there was no outro from Jeff. It was just Thanks very much, goodbye. And then it just ended. So for me, this was not a big bang, but a tiny, tiny whimper. You know, what we need is show us a game, show us loads of games, play loads of PS5 games. I've seen more games on an Atari VCS press video than I've seen played today. I'm just kidding, by the way. Obviously on the Atari thing, we never even saw one game that was guaranteed as being natively on the actual unit. So yeah. So Sony have got one thing over Atari. They've just got one game over zero. So I wasn't impressed with this event at all, and it seems like not many people from the chat were impressed either. And they've disabled the chat replay thing. I know it does that by default, but so they'd have to go into the settings and change that to make it come up properly. But given that people are a bit cheesed off with things, they're not going to be making that visible anytime soon. Anyway, what do you think of this? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, please like this video and share it with your friends and subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the little bell to get all the notifications and keep Genesis.